me start with the stretch. What's going on, y'all? So, as we start getting this stretching in, I thought it would be good in this recording to kind of talk about some general, like, quick and easy steps you can take to go ahead and maximize your health now. And so I say like this, you know, a lot of recent things happening, you know, on a larger scale kind of make me think about just the importance of knowing how to generally take care of yourself. The importance of knowing how to, like, take steps to maximize your health, okay? Rather than just being totally reliant on, you know, the healthcare system and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not talking about this from a standpoint of saying something like the healthcare system is, you know, anything bad about the healthcare system. The main thing I'm talking about is just not depending on it, in part because, you know, you just never know how systems may or may not be around. And then two, they may or may not be necessarily sufficient. And I think that we've seen that when it comes to chronic degenerative disease, which is the kind of disease that most people in the United States suffer from by a long shot, that the medical system does a so-so job of taking care of those because of where they come from. When we kind of realize that, you kind of understand from there, well, perhaps the better things that can be done are the things I can do on my own. So, you know, so the main things we tend to think about when it comes to taking care of ourselves is eating right and exercising. And so those are definitely very important. They're, you know, among the most important, and they're easily accessible. So, you know, obviously, let me put it like this. Really, the absolute best thing you could do, probably from a dietary standpoint, is not eat any processed food at all. Because I think that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue for us is that we eat processed food, and we eat a whole lot of it. When I say processed, I mean anything that we had a significant hand in making. Okay, these highly derived products. So that's really gonna be the best thing, basically. Because if we all ate nothing but whole food, then that would probably be most of the, I'm sure most chronic degenerative disease like high blood pressure, heart disease, and obesity. I'm sure a lot of that stuff would just go away, like real talk. But as an entry point, the first thing I usually always tell people is you need to make water your main drink. Make water your main drink. Make it even your only drink. Now, I mean, you can do teas and even coffee. Those have some health benefits as long as they're not filled with all kind of crazy creamers and a lot of sugar and whatnot. But like, you really need to make water your drink and drink a lot of it. You don't need to thrive off of sugary beverages, because those things, I mean, they, in my opinion, I think that they contribute to most of the bulk of disease, because it's so much sugar, so concentrated and whatnot. So anyhow, that's always an entry point I give everybody. Start drinking water, drink plenty of it, and it probably needs to be your only drink. Okay, again, I'm talking about quick and easy things that you can do to start maximizing taking care of your health now. Another thing you can do is start walking every day. Okay, now ideally, what you want to do is make walking somehow a natural part of your lifestyle. Like, for example, you're walking as a mode of transportation to get from point A to point B. Or, the one thing I do sometimes is I use walking as a time for me to pray, because walking It's a time when I can really clear my mind and pray about different things that are on my heart and whatnot, kind of reason through things. And so, you know, walking, if that's part of your daily meditation and prayer, is also good too. So yeah, so that's number two. You know, if you, well, actually, I want to add to that. If you want to, you can make walking like a form of exercise. Start walking 5 minutes a day, just to be consistent. I always recommend a minimum of 10 minutes of any form of cardio, but just to show yourself you can be consistent, walk 5 minutes every single day. And pretty much everybody can, almost everybody can do that, because it's a very small commitment. 5 minutes is up before you know it, but it also kind of train the consistency muscle. Okay, so what's something else? So the water, walking. Number three, get your sleep. Get your sleep. It's kind of getting a little later for me, so I'm going to be in bed very soon after I finish my stretching. But sleep is one of those things that is extremely important, but that we kind of start to kind of see as kind of like a inconvenience. And it's not an inconvenience at all. Your body does a lot when you sleep. But unfortunately, and I'm used to this too, unfortunately, we've learned to do with less sleep. And because we view sleep as an inconvenience, we think that when we get a certain amount of sleep, you know, that we'll be alright. But your body does so much. There's a lot of stuff going on in your brain while you sleep, and you know, your immune system benefits significantly from sleep, and it's all kind of stuff like that. And you know, and then, you know, seeing links between, you know, not enough sleep and you know, like dementia and stuff like that. And, you know, get your sleep. Main thing I can say. Get your sleep. I'll say number four, because these are things, again, easily accessible things you can start doing right now to start to take your health into your hands rather than depending on any system. I would say number four, and this kind of just came to me based on a podcast I was listening to. I mean, but it's something I've known, of course, for a long time, but like the fact that I'm making it number four is probably different as of today. But number four, I would say, is you need to manage stress. Now, some stress is normal and not a problem, but like stress where you're ultra busy, you know, kind of overburdened, worried, fearful, and that's something I'm really learning to do myself, because from time to time, I find myself very busy or having a lot of different things that I'm dealing with that are like very important or seemingly very important. And I'm just convinced that humans aren't really built to deal with a whole, like, you know, tons and tons and tons of very important things, you know, at least not without support and stuff like that. And so, anyhow, you know, you have to find real ways to deal with stress in a way that is healthy, you know, where you can get the things done you need to get done and you're not overburdened, you know. So when I think about that kind of stuff, I think about praying and walking, like I say I do whenever I do my prayer walks. Taking time to breathe deeply, to kind of like reset and then kind of think and pray. You know, having a strong group of people around you who, you know, you can kind of depend on and stuff like that. That's another thing. Oh yeah, another thing with reducing stress is this media and stuff, man. Like I mean, of course you're watching the video here now, but that even you got to take a break from that stuff, and the other social media platforms and stuff like that. Um, because there's so much bad news out there. It's not that you don't. It's not that you're not being informed. It's just that at a certain point that stuff will just kind of mess with your head, and it's not really productive. So like, don't fill yourself with things like that. I have to do better with that too. Um, but yeah, just reduce your stress because having a lot of stress, is very much so linked to poor health. Very much so. And I think we're just so anxious and worried these days. I think that has a big effect on our health. But with those four things I've mentioned, I think those are good starting places. Um, so was it walking? I mean, water, and then starting to walk 5 minutes a day and kind of getting a lot of natural activity in. And then what was the third thing? The third thing, I know the thing I said, oh, sleep. Getting enough sleep. So, for most of us, I think that's 7 to 9 hours a night. And then number four is actively dealing with stress because these four things are very accessible, meaning that you can do something about them right now. And they all can have, I believe, a profound effect on your health. So I think it's worth it to do that. Remember, the key is don't rely on the system or don't rely on any system. Just remember that everything starts with you. And this is just a good idea for all of us to just make sure that we are taking very good care of our health. All right, y'all have a good one. As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/ShawnB2B Fitness today.